When you sit down to decide on a new gaming monitor, the excitement can quickly turn into a spreadsheet of specs, prices, and endless what-if scenarios. You wonder if the resolution will actually make your favorite titles feel sharper, whether the refresh rate will stay smooth in the most frantic moments, and if you'll end up paying for a feature that never gets used. Those are the exact doubts I tried to untangle before hitting the record button for this review. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The LG 45GX950A is a 45-inch OLED panel that advertises a 5K2K WUHD ultra-wide experience, 165Hz refresh, and a reaction time that claims 0.03 milliseconds gray-to-gray. In plain language, that's a screen that's as wide as a small TV but designed for the fast-paced world of PC gaming. The first question I asked myself was simple: does that combination solve a real problem for a real gamer? Or is it just a collection of impressive numbers that end up feeling like a novelty? If you're a competitive shooter player who lives for every millisecond, the 0.03 milliseconds response time and the ultimate frame sync that pairs NVIDIA G-Sync with AMD FreeSync Premium Pro are the kind of guarantees you look for. In practice, the monitor does deliver a fluid feel. I ran a few fast-paced titles Valorant*, Apex Legends, and Call of Duty, Modern Warfare on a RTX 4080 at 144 Hz. And the image never showed the ghosting or tearing that can be a deal-breaker on lower-end panels. The OLED pixels switch so cleanly that even a rapid flick of a sniper scope feels crisp, and the built-in dual mode allows you to toggle a dedicated gaming preset without digging through menus. But the real test is whether that fluidity translates into a noticeable advantage during a heated match. For most players, the difference between 144 Hz and 165 Hz on a 45-inch screen is subtle. You'll sense smoother motion, but you won't necessarily win more rounds. What you do gain is a larger field of view. The 45-inch curved shape expands your peripheral vision, letting you see more of the map without turning your head as much. In open-world games like Cyberpunk 2077 or Red Dead Redemption 2, that extra width makes the world feel more immersive, and the 125 ppi density keeps text and UI elements sharp enough that you don't have to squint. Now, let's talk about the everyday side of owning a monitor this size. A 45-inch screen dominates a desk. If you have a standard 30-inch work surface, you'll need to rearrange or invest in a deeper desk to keep the monitor at a comfortable viewing distance roughly 3 to 4 feet away. That's a hidden cost many shoppers overlook. On the plus side, the same screen that serves as a gaming canvas doubles as a productivity powerhouse. The ultra-wide aspect ratio gives you space for multiple windows, a spreadsheet on one side, a video call on the other, and the game in the middle. The USB-C port delivering 90 W of power means you can charge a laptop while you work or game, cutting down on cable clutter. OLED brings its own set of trade-offs. The claim of True Black 400 is accurate. Deep shadows look truly inky, which is a delight in dark-themed games or movies. However, OLED panels are traditionally less bright than the top-tier LED displays. In a sunlit room, the peak brightness of around 400 nits can feel modest, so you'll want to control ambient light or consider a bias light behind the monitor. Another concern some buyers raise is burn-in. LG has included pixel shift and log luminance reduction features, but if you spend many hours a day with static UI elements like a HUD or chat window, there is a theoretical risk over years of use. For most gamers who vary their content, the risk stays low, but it's worth noting. The price point of the 45GX950A sits well above the average 27 or 32-inch gaming monitor. It's a premium purchase, and the value proposition hinges on a few specific scenarios. If you already own a high-end GPU capable of pushing 5K2K at high frame rates and you crave an immersive ultra-wide experience that also doubles as a professional-grade workstation, the monitor justifies its cost. The combination of OLED quality, high refresh, and a single cable that handles video, data, and power streamlines a minimalist setup that many creators appreciate. Conversely, if your primary use is competitive esports on a budget, A 27-inch IPS panel with 240Hz and a lower price will likely serve you better. Likewise, if your gaming space is a small apartment or a shared desk, the sheer footprint of a 45-inch curved OLED may feel oppressive. And if you're primarily a console player, you won't be able to leverage the full 5K2K resolution, because most consoles cap at 4K, making the extra pixels less impactful. One practical strength that often gets glossed over is the inclusion of DisplayPort 2.1. That bandwidth opens the door for future-proofing. As GPUs evolve to support even higher frame rates at ultra-wide resolutions, the monitor won't become a bottleneck. Today, though, you're limited by the graphics card's ability to output 5K2K at anything near 165